Hello, and welcome back to Map Your Tech Monday. This week, we're talking about something a lot of people do without thinking too much about it: getting rid of an old phone, tablet, or computer. Maybe you're selling it, trading it in, giving it to a family member, donating it, or finally taking it somewhere to be recycled. The important thing to remember is that even an old device can still contain a surprising amount of personal information. Photos, contacts, saved passwords, emails, documents, banking apps, even accounts you forgot you were still signed in on. And simply deleting a few pictures or uninstalling some apps does not necessarily mean that the device is ready for someone else. The good news is that you don't need to be a technology expert to prepare a device safely. You just want to take things in the right order. Save what you need, move anything important, disconnect your accounts, and then erase the device properly. So before that old phone or computer leaves your hands, let's make sure that you're not accidentally sending your personal information along with it. Before you erase anything, make sure that you've saved everything you may want later. That sounds obvious, but one of the common mistakes is assuming that everything on your device is automatically backed up as somewhere else. Your photos might be in the cloud storage, for example, while your downloaded documents, voice recordings, notes, or other files may still only exist on that one device. Take a few minutes and look through your photos, contacts, documents, downloads, notes, and anything else that you might think is important to you. And don't just assume that a backup worked because your phone said it did. If possible, open a few of those photos or files on another phone or computer. That gives you a quick way to confirm that your information really made it somewhere safe. If you're moving to a new device, I also recommend using the new one for a little while before wiping the old one. Make sure that your contacts are there, your photos are there, the things you really regularly use are actually transferred over. Once you erase the old device, getting something back can be much more difficult and sometimes even impossible. There are also a few things that people often forget because they don't look and act like normal files. One of the biggest examples is two-factor verification. You may have an app on your phone that creates temporary security codes when you log into your email, bank, social media account, or another important service. If that security app is still tied to your only old phone when you erase it, you could make it much harder to get it back into your own accounts. Before wiping the old device, make sure that those security codes have been transferred to your new phone or that you have another way to sign in. The same idea applies to password managers, banking apps, digital wallets, and anything else that you depend on regularly. And if your old phone receives text messages used for login codes, make sure that your phone service is working correctly on the new device first. This is one of those steps people often discover only after their old phone has already been erased. So, before resetting anything, ask yourself one simple question: is there anything on this device that I still need in order to get into something else? Once you know your important information has been moved, the next step is disconnecting the old device from your accounts. That means more than just closing your apps. Your phone, tablet, or computer may still be connected to your Apple, Google, or Microsoft account, and in some cases, it may still be listed as a trusted device. That can create problems later, especially if the device has a theft protection feature like Find My Device or an activation lock. Before you hand it over, make sure that the old device is removed from your account and that any required theft protection features are turned off. It is also a good idea to check things on the device may still be paired with, like your smartwatch, Bluetooth headphones, your car, or smart home devices. These connections usually are not dangerous by themselves, but clearing them out can save some confusion later. The main goal is simple: by the time that the device leaves your hands, it should no longer be tied to your personal accounts or trusted as one of your devices. Next, check for anything physical or service related that may still be attached to the device. If your phone has a removable SIM or SIM card, take it out before you sell, donate, or recycle your phone. The same goes for micro SD cards or other removable memory cards. These cards can contain photos, documents, downloads, and other personal files that are completely separate from the phone itself. Newer phones may also use something called an eSIM. That is basically a digital version of a SIM card built into the phone. If you're moving to a new phone, make sure that your cellular service is working correctly on the new device before deleting anything from the old one. Also, take a quick look at the case, charger, adapters, or other accessories you plan to include. People sometimes leave memory cards tucked into adapters or forget whether a charger belongs with what device. If you are selling it, be clear about exactly what the buyer is getting so there are no surprises later. Now we get to the step most people think of first, erasing the device. The important part is doing it the right way. Do not just go through your phone deleting photos, uninstalling apps, and clearing your messages one at a time. That is not the same thing as properly preparing the device for a new owner. Instead, use the built-in factory reset or erase option. On a phone or tablet, this is usually found somewhere in the settings. On a computer, you may see an option such as reset this PC, erase this device, or reinstall the operating system. Follow the normal erase process for that device and let it finish completely. Here's an easy way to tell whether you are done. When the device turns back on, you should normally see the original welcome or setup screen, like it did when it was new. If it opens directly into your old account, something was missed. And once you reach that welcome screen, stop there. Do not set it back up just to test it. Leave that part up for its next owner. Once the device is erased, what you do next depends on where it's going. If you're selling it, take a few photos of the device first and make a note of its condition. That can help if there's ever a disagreement later about scratches, damage, or whether something was included. If you're meeting a buyer in person, use a safe public place and do not log back into your personal accounts just because someone wants to test the device. If you're trading in, follow the trading company's instructions carefully. Some programs want certain features turned off before you ship or hand over the device. If you're donating it, make sure that the organization actually accepts that type of device and that it is still useful enough to be passed along. And if the device is broken and cannot be erased normally, use a reputable electronics recycler. If the device still contains personal information, ask how they handle data destruction. One more important warning. If a battery is swollen, damaged, or overheating, do not puncture it, bend it, or try to force it out yourself. Lithium batteries can be dangerous when damaged, so let a professional handle it. Yes, even when you trust the person, it's best to erase the phone and let them set it up with their own account. That keeps your photos, messages, passwords, and other personal information separate from theirs, and theirs from yours. If the computer cannot turn on, you may not be able to erase it normally. Look for a reputable electronics recycler that offers secure data destruction, and tell them specifically that the computer still contains your personal information. Usually, no. A proper factory reset should remove your information from the phone. However, if you forgot to erase the device before giving it away, or you think someone may have accessed your accounts, changing important passwords would be a smart precaution. No, the SIM card is only one small part of the picture. Your photos, apps, messages, accounts, and other information may still be stored on the phone itself. So you should still back up what you need and perform a proper factory reset. It's better to take them to an electronics recycling program. Old phones contain batteries and other materials that should not go into ordinary household trash, and a recycler can also help figure out what to do if your phones still contain personal information. So before an old phone, tablet, or computer leaves your hands, remember the basic order. Back up what you want to keep. Make sure your accounts and security codes have been transferred. Sign out and disconnect the old device. Remove any SIM cards or memory cards. Then, use the proper factory reset or erase option to make sure the device returns to its original setup screen. After that, sell it, donate it, trade it in, or recycle it in the way that makes sense for the condition of the device. The biggest thing I want you to remember is to do all of this before the device leaves your possession. It is much easier to fix a misstep while the phone or computer is still sitting in front of you. If you have a question about getting rid of a specific device, leave it in the comments. Let me know whether it is an iPhone, an Android phone, a Windows computer, a Mac tablet, or something else. And we can try to point you in the right direction. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe for more simple technology advice on mapping your tech. And if your business or your organization needs help getting online, visit us at 123mapwebsites.com. I'll see you there.